if you were going to do this film, what would you do? What would be the first thing that you did? I said, I'd have a scout out from tomorrow night looking for the right architecture, the right locations. He said, okay, can you come down and meet everybody? And so I sent the scout out and got in the car and drove to London. And by the following week, we realized that we had actually quite a fantastic bunch of options for locations of Moscow and London. So it was incredible. I think 1980s is such a fond memory for those that are middle aged. It's also very trendy right now. It's becoming trendier, and I watch the youngsters on the set, the trainees and the younger members of the departments, kind of look longingly at some of the costumes that are appearing on the set. They want to wear them, so I think we've tuned into a really interesting time. The hairstyles are trendy these days as well. The music's hip, and also computer games. You know, teenagers know what Tetris is. Some adults don't. From the beginning, everybody has reached out to try and find those that are willing to participate. And generally, they've been incredibly helpful. And speaking to Alexey himself, he's an absolute sweetheart. And you can imagine the kind of level of detail that he enjoys, and he's loved reading the script. We're hoping that he makes it over at some point for a visit. Similarly, Henk has just been adorable. He's even helped Taron with the details on his personality, his wardrobe, his taste, his motivation, his personality, and he's in touch regularly. So Tetris is it's a really fast moving fight to the death for the rights for something that everybody knows is going to just explode internationally. And it's incredibly exciting, and I guess audiences these days are very familiar with how addicted people can become to video games. This is the one that started all of that, and so exciting. Scotland has been wonderful to us, providing all this really atrocious weather, and we're very grateful for that. And thankfully, it's fitting because it matches Moscow. And on top of that, we all the film community here have a wonderful relationship with Screen Scotland. Screen Scotland is now run by Isabel Davis, who used to be head of international at the British Film Institute. She studied in Scotland, and her presence here has made a dramatic difference to the industry. We have our first independent studio now up and running in Edinburgh, and Scottish Government have bent over backwards to help us find locations to accommodate the crew, find and identify cast and crew. And whenever we run into any bureaucratic problems, they're the first to help. So right now, I'm happy to say that Scotland is full in terms of those that want to come and film here. And it's for a very good reason. It's because the infrastructure is so amazing. I have been working with John Baird on and off for a few years now. We have been developing a script together, and we've done lots of research and location work on that, casting. But I hadn't seen him in action until we started working on Tetris together. And I've found him really delightful, and somebody should bottle the energy that he has. It's relentless. It's amazing. He's really determined in a good way. He's incredibly decisive, which I love in directors. Just makes a decision and moves on. And also, I'm never scared to give him bad news, because sometimes you got to give bad news on a very regular basis to directors, and some of them can handle it, some of them can't. John takes it all in his stride. He's he genuinely is interested in people, their motivation, their psychology, and I think that makes actors warm to him. He has a control of the set that I rarely experience. Um, and on top of that, he's meticulous. He does his homework and never drops a ball. Toby's just, I'd said to Ice, Toby Jones is a delight and he's such a professional. And he's been on set maybe for 4 or 5 days with us now. And the mood is completely different when he's there because everybody just shows him so much respect. He's really wonderful. He's so talented. Just watching him is a masterclass in acting. Sophia, coming into this country, stranger in a strange land, and obviously, this is terrifying for her. Would be terrifying for anyone, but she's taken to it like a duck to water, and she's got that lovely combination of being that gorgeous fragility, and then really empowered. So she appears that she might be weak, and then she just turns into this pillar of strength. So she's doing a fantastic job, and we've really put her through her paces. But she's delighting everybody. Matthew is a very clever man, and he's obviously very successful in the business, and he has a very strong marketing mind. And he has a very clear idea of what is going on directorially because he's done it so often as well. And I haven't worked with another producer before who's got so much directing experience. So it's really interesting to get his perspective and that level of experience and applying it to this. Matthew's not on set, I'm on set, but he's looking at the material all day long, and he regularly has ideas, and when he does, we put them to Jon and we implement them. And he's a great sounding board whenever we have any issues. There is no doubt he'll have already dealt with a similar situation at some point, so he's fab to have there when we need him.